Congratulations if you found this video, because I'm welcoming you to a 10-day series on mastering how to utilize DaVinci Resolve to edit for your business and to increase reach, sales, revenue through high quality edits. This is extremely helpful if you are a business owner, consultant, because this will build trust between you and your potential customers. After these 10 days, you will be able to edit proficiently through DaVinci Resolve and to improvise on what you already know. Anyways, thank you for clicking on this video, and I hope you enjoy the first day. So the first thing you want to do is go to the Blackmagic Design website and then just download the free version of DaVinci Resolve right here. The link for it will be in my description. After you open up DaVinci Resolve, it should look like this, so just go ahead and click Untitled Project. After that, it should take you to the Cut tab, which it shows on the very bottom right here, as it's highlighted right here on the Cut tab. Don't worry about this and just click on the Edit tab. This is usually where you're gonna first start your projects, get all your clips in place and start laying them out on the timeline. So I want to bring your attention to up here where it says Media Pool, Effects, Index, Sound Library. Index, Sound Library, I usually don't even worry about. You're mostly only going to be looking at media pool and effects. So maybe you have effects clicked off like this or media pool clicked off like this. So just go ahead and click media pool and effects, and it should just lay out like this. So where it says master here, no clips in media pool, you can see you can right click here and then press import media. So this is where you're going to put in all the clips that you've been recording for your personal brand, just anything in general. And the clips in here are going to be here for this project only. They're not going to show up in any other projects. If you do want them to show up in other projects, go to Power Bins Master, and then you can just go ahead and drag some of your personal branding or anything like your logos or something and just drag them right in there. But anyways, go back to master and then just import your clips that you want for this video. I'm just gonna click like some random video like this that I recorded, and you can see that it's given a name right here and then a layout of what the video is. And if you hover your mouse through the layout, you can see a preview of the video. If it doesn't look like this, it's because this has a different view. So if I drag this out, you can see that there is thumbnail view, list view, metadata view. List view I don't prefer because it doesn't show the media itself. You can't differentiate from just the visuals itself. So I like having it on this. And this one, it's totally up to you. If you have worse eyes, maybe you can see the clip better. But yeah, it's totally up to you. I just like having it this since I used it for so long. But anyways, once you have your clip in here, just drag it onto your timeline like this. And it should just slide it right there. Just put it right to the beginning. And then you can see at the top where it kind of looks like a ruler, if you click anywhere on here, it will move to that part of the video. If you click anywhere here, it doesn't, because this is where all your clips go. But you can preview your entire video like this. So after you do that, just some basic tools that you can see right here. The most I use are this one and this one. I'll use this one to select clips. You can use it by pressing it or by pressing A, and then you can select clips, move them around, move them up or down. And then you can select this one, which is a blade tool. You can select by pressing B and then cut up clips like this. So I can cut up a piece out like this, select tool, select it, delete it by pressing the delete key. And then now you can see we have a cut in the video like this. So after you have cut out any blank pieces, you might want to put a video transition on there. That's where these video transitions in the effects tab come in. Additive dissolve, blur dissolve. You can just check these out by clicking and dragging them in between two of your clips like that. You import and you can just play around with some of the transitions. Smooth cut. I'll use this one sometimes. After you drag it onto, because it looks very smooth, it doesn't look like, if you're ignoring like the video here, look if you can see like the recording of my face, it looks like it wasn't cut at all. So I'll use this one quite a lot. And then yeah, you can just mess around with all these other transitions, see which ones you like, see which ones will match your personal branding the most. And then you can go down to audio transitions. This is the exact same, but it will fade your audio like this. Okay, well you can't see it very well because there's not that much audio in there, but it will just do the exact same thing as the video transitions, but with the audio. Titles, I use this one the most. If you won't see text plus because you'll have the free version, but this is the exact same as just any other title. You can just click that basic title. You can change what it says. Let's say there's like a section of your video, you can name that section 1. You know, you'd go to Montserrat. If you don't have Montserrat, you are going to need to download them onto your computer. I'll show you how to do that right now actually. So you'll want to go to your browser and then just look up Montserrat font family, for example. Google Fonts is great. Just press get font, download all, and then save it. Once you have it downloaded, once you have the file open right here, you want to click on the font and then just press install right here. After you install it, you just need to close DaVinci Resolve and then open it back up again, and it'll show right in here. But yeah, I'm gonna choose like Montserrat, and then you can change it to like black. If you have any like fonts for your personal branding, you're gonna want to download those and then use them for your DaVinci Resolve. And then font colors here, you can change the color of your text. Pretty cool stuff. But yeah, so more formally, this is the inspector tab. So if you click off inspector, you can see it disappears. But yeah, this is the inspector tab. This is basically where you edit all your clips and effects, transitions, all that stuff. So if I click on this clip right here, also if you can't select it, you're going to need to click the select tool here. But select this tool and then you can see you can adjust all this stuff with it. Size, position, rotation, anchor point. Anchor point is where on the clip you're affecting it. So right now it's dead center, x0, y0. If I push it to the right, it'll start rotating the clip from the right side like this, right? So yeah, if I have this 0, then it's just rotating it straight from the middle. If you're wondering how I'm undoing all that, it's just Control Z. It's like the same as any other application. And then if you want to undo the undo, it's Control Shift Z. Flip. Let's say you record it upside down, you just flip. Pitch yaw, pretty cool stuff. You know, if you want to like make it look like it's on a wall or something, I'm not sure. Cropping. You'll be using this one quite a bit too. If you want, let's say, to put this only on like on top of a different clip like that. Right, and then I wanted to like move it like over here or something. You can see like you can start like thinking up of some uses that you'd use this for. Let me just undo all this. But yeah, that's cropping. Dynamic zoom. I wouldn't like dynamic zoom. You don't really need this, to be honest. Composite mode, you can change the opacity. You can also change the composite mode here. For example, you wouldn't really use this for one of like your own clips, but if you're using effects, like I have some effects, if you want to go download effects, just look up your effect, so glare, and then you look up alpha channel right after. So glare with alpha channel. if I just push this opacity up and then grab one of these, you can see screen. After you drag it onto the timeline, like you can use these, like for example, I use this one for a transition like this. After you drag, right? So that's what the composite mode is used for. Speed change, you can change how fast your clip is going. See, on the left side, 0 seconds. This is where your video starts. Like that. Or you can change it with the frames per second. So for example, if I slow down like this, you can see that the length of the clip doesn't change when I change it on this. But if I change the frames per second, you can see that it changes the size of the clip there. Ripple timeline, you can check that off if you have clips back here also. So if I went like that, if I went and went like that, it would bring this clip back with it. So for reference, if I turn that off, it would just move this clip. Also, when you delete a clip, I forgot to mention, when you press delete, it brings everything back with it, which can be dangerous sometimes. I've lost lots of footage by doing this by accident. So what I do instead is I press backspace and it leaves everything else, and then whatever I want to come back, I'll just drag it back like this. Yeah. Okay, stabilization. So if you are holding a camera and you're like moving around a lot, maybe you're walking, you're gonna want to stabilize your camera. So I'll usually just do translation and then cropping ratio. So it's gonna make your video zoomed in a bit more so that it has space to stabilize, and then you just press stabilize like this. My camera's not moving, so it doesn't really have anything to stabilize, so I'm not gonna do that. But lens correction, so for example, if you have a fisheye lens, you don't want it, you just correct it like that. Pretty simple. Retime and scaling, I'll use this one for like optical flow, but I don't really mess around with this other stuff because it's usually too hard on my computer. But for example, if I had this clip, by the way, I'm pressing Control R and then I'm dragging out the top part. If I drag out this, it's just gonna change the length of the clip. But where it shows this arrow at the top going to both sides, that's how you can change the speed of the clip. So you can see it's a very low FPS and it looks kind of harsh. So I would go to retime and scaling and then press optical flow, and then you can see it doesn't look harsh anymore. The audio is still harsh, but the visuals are far better. So yeah, that's that. Super scale, don't worry about that. That's for like upscaling your videos. Audio. So you can go to your audio, you can affect the volume. Maybe your clip is too quiet, you'd push it up like that. Maybe it's too loud, you'd make it quieter. Panning, this is left ear, this is right ear. Maybe you have some sound effects that you want to go in the left ear, like a ratchet, and then you want something else to go in the right ear. Voice isolation. So I don't use this one because I have an external software to do it for me. I use 11 Labs AI to isolate whenever there's background noise or something interfering with my voice. But you can use this if you want, but it can slow down your project a bit. Dialogue leveler, once again, completely up to you. I don't use this one, to be honest. Music remixer, I do use this one. When you have some music, music remixer actually works very well. So if you have some music and let's say they're singing in the music and you don't want them singing, you can just enable the music remixer, mute voice, and it would remove the singing from the song. Or you just want to be quieter, you turn the voice down like this, or you turn the drums down, bass down, other, right? So very useful stuff. Speed change, pitch, I mean, you can change it up to a higher pitch and you'd sound like a chipmunk like this. You just normalize my audio. So you sound like a chipmunk. You go down, your voice is lower. Maybe you want in this video, that's where maybe you want your voice to be lower, right? I don't know. Equalizer is pretty simple. It might not look simple, but the left side of the equalizer right here is your bass, and then the right side here is your treble. So this is all the low sounds in your clip, and then this is all the high sounds in your clip. So if you want your low sounds to be louder, you drag that up like that. Video will play on, and you can hear the difference. If you want it to be quieter, you can hear it like that. So, and then same thing for treble. If you want like the higher sounds to be louder, low, quieter, you know. Yeah, but that should be it except for the effects. These are generators, so you can play around with this, like drag this on, you know, mess around with this grayscale. You'll be using this one a lot, trust me. And then window, this. Okay, and then you go to effects here. There's a lot of effects. You'll be using these two a lot. They're very helpful. Fusion, composition, adjustment clip. Um, Adjustment clip is basically something where you can adjust everything that's underneath this adjustment clip. So if you place something on top of it, it doesn't affect it. But if you place it below, this clip is going to be affected by the adjustment clip because it's below it. So if I go to this adjustment clip and I increase the zoom, that's going to increase the zoom for all of my clips. If I go to the adjustment clip and then change the color, it's going to change the color of all my clips. Just go ahead and delete that and then go through the fusion effects right here and just check it out. They have some pretty cool stuff. CCTV, border, comic book, right? Pretty cool stuff. Some of these might not be showing up for you because you don't have the studio version, but the free version still has lots of stuff that you can play around with. And just, see what you like, see what's best for your personal branding. And then go ahead and click on open effects right here and just do the exact same thing. And if you want one to be on your clip, just click and drag it onto your clip like this. And then what I want you to do is just to find the stuff you like and then just press favorite like this. Just find your favorite effects and then just press the star that's right on the right side like that. Anyways, that's about it for today. Tomorrow I'll be diving deep into this on how I created one of my videos for one of my sales coaches. But other than that, have a good day and I hope you enjoyed this tutorial.